It's a saying, it's a game of inches in football, and tonight's game between Georgia and Tennessee truly proved it, as Tennessee had a chance to win this game with the last-second field goal, but that field goal was pushed a little too much right, and then in the end, in overtime, just a couple inches is what got that ball over the line to make it a touchdown to give Georgia the win. And Coach Josh Heupel says this team has got to move on because they've got better days ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it was Oak Ridge and the explosive plays tonight. Every single one of those touchdowns came from 40 yards plus. You've got Mill Porter that had 3 scores on the ground tonight, and then through the air tonight, Oak Ridge had 2 passing touchdowns as well. But really, I mean, the game clincher was that onside kick that was recovered and taken all the way back. I mean, this game turned out to be a lot closer than many thought, as Grace Christian was able to squeak this one out 15-0 over Lakeway. And really the big difference maker tonight was number 2 for Grace Christian, and that was Jace Ballard, the guy that was just on the opposite sideline last year. Again, suiting up for the Rams tonight, scoring 2 touchdowns to seal the victory. A record-setting 85,000-plus fans are expected here at Bristol Motor Speedway Saturday for the first-ever Major League Baseball game in Tennessee. But before those fans can be in these stands, Major League Baseball and local businesses have some last few preps to finish up ahead of Saturday. James Keenan had a regular season to remember, finishing 9-1, with that one blemish being to Wallace Rose Hill. But they had a chance to get some revenge here in the 3rd round of the playoffs against their DuPont County rival, and they did it in style on Friday night, stopping a 2-point conversion in overtime to give the Tigers their first win over the Bulldogs since 2015. Yeah, today family and friends said their goodbye to players as they started the beginning of their journey to finish some unfinished business. It's been a pretty great season for the Gatlinburg-Pittman Highlanders.
How sweet it is!
Okay, maybe that's the word, sweet. But Coach Tyler Williams, what's the secret ingredient?
Well, it's cookies, of course.
Cookies baked by his wife, Kimmy, a tradition that started back in 2011.
I believe he had a coach's wife make them for him when he played. The first few batches were not great.
And ever since then, her recipe has been a winner.
It's our way of giving back. These boys work hard, and it's nice to reward them after, you know, they put in so much time.
But in 2016, the oven stayed shut. The same year, Tyler's team at Seymour didn't win a game, and also Kimmy battled cancer.
Yeah, it was different not making cookies that year.
Our FCA team chaplain, he talks about that. You know, there's a time for everything in life.
Life returned to normal in 2017. Tyler joined the Highlanders. Kimmy completed her treatment, and the playbook for cookies and football opened again.
Tyler will sit down and plan his practice schedule. I'll plan a grocery list, and it'll involve what I need for cookies and what the cookie's going to be.
With each sweet treat baked with love, nearly 200 cookies a week. Some for their daughter Carly and her bandmates.
So I end up giving out like 10 cookies to like teachers and like my other friends before I even get to give them out to band.
And a whole bunch more for Tyler and his boys, including their son, freshman lineman Wyatt.
Most of the team wants to know what's the cookie this week, and I kind of try and hide it.
Just like a coach with plays, Kimmy never repeats her recipes. With a different batch each week, Coach delivers them to the boys every Thursday.
We're just so good because, like, just coming out here and looking forward to it every week.
This is how we win games, because of the cookies.
Pinch.
Yeah, okay, I got a pinch. Yep.
And while cookies might be the sweet ingredient for success, the real magic is the family atmosphere in Highlander heaven.
You wish you knew the good old days when they were there, you know. Man, I kind of feel like I'm in them right now, and just feel very blessed.
You know, we grew up believing, you know, it's better to give than receive, and it's nice to see that it's very, you know, appreciated and enjoyed, but just to add that little extra, you know, little something each week.
A sprinkle of salt and a dash of determination. The perfect ingredients for sweet success in the playoffs.
Hey, good job up front!
In Gatlinburg, I'm Andrew McClung.
Set, go.
Football has always been a part of 15-year-old Noah Foltz's life. Noah is a sophomore lineman for the Cumberland Gap Panthers.
It's not just skills, it's like how big you are and how fast you can be. I just like that concept of it.
Noah's one of those special kids, man.
Coach Nick Nash says he's an anchor on the O-line, and he's also a team leader.
Always ready to work, always ready to, to put in the extra effort. Just a joy to be around.
A joy that disappeared for a night last season on Friday, September 13th.
Just like a quarterback, he just like ran, he was wide open, I was the only person there, so I tried to make the tackle. And I just remember like being on the ground, my leg was hurting.
Athletic trainer Mara Brock was by Noah's side after the injury happened.
I knew it was pretty significant right away because I checked his pulse and his foot on the field. He had one, but it was very weak.
The diagnosis was a knee dislocation. Noah was flown to the University of Tennessee Medical Center, where he spent weeks with his parents, John and Janisa.
When I woke up with a ventilator tube, I was like, hey, that's not normal.
It severely injured the blood vessels behind his knee and the nerves that ran down through there.
Doctors tried for months to save his leg.
I can remember the first few times that, he heard the words amputation. Man, his demeanor would completely change when he would hear those words. And
totally shut down.
Oh, yeah, he didn't even want to talk about it.
Then in January, a decision was made by Noah to amputate just below the knee.
That's probably the better option for the rest of my life.
In May, he got his prosthetic leg with only one thing on his mind: getting back on the gridiron.
It was just something I loved so much, and it's kind of how I felt, like what made me be me.
Our parental hearts are, screaming on the inside by no means, or by any means, just because we knew what happened the last time he played last September.
An uphill battle, but Noah pushed through, lacing up and returning to practice.
To think that he done it in 300 and some days, no, I didn't think that was quite possible.
Zach, go!
Making his return for the first game this season.
To welcome number 9, Noah Fultz, back to the field for his first game.
With a surprise visit from his medical team to see him start at center for the Panthers.
It was almost like seeing something magical.
It's something I hold forever. Coming back for the winless year last year, me getting hurt and losing my leg, and then coming back and getting a first win, that's something I'll probably hold forever.
While Noah has lost so much from football, he says that moment helped him grow as a person, developing a deeper love for the sport and growing his faith.
He definitely has God in his passenger seat through all of this.
That was the best part about it, because knowing that everything happens for a reason and that he had me the entire way.
A journey that he says he hopes to share with others. In Cumberland Gap, I'm Andrew McClung.
1, 2, 3, Panthers!
Another big win for Chilhowie. And speaking of Southwest Virginia, the Ridgeview Wolfpack knocked Virginia high out of the playoffs last season in dominating fashion. This time they would meet in Bristol for our Friday night rivals game of the week with the Bearcats out for revenge. And that's where we go to game number 3. To Bristol, Virginia, our Friday night rivals game again. What a beautiful view over at Gene Malcolm Stadium. Bearcats looking to take down the 3-0 Wolfpack. Final seconds of the first quarter, no score. Jalen Deal takes the handoff for Ridgeview, and he finds pay dirt, walks it into the end zone, putting the Pack up 7-0. Fast forward to the second half, still 7-0 Ridgeview until now. The little read option, and Ryan O'Quinn keeps it in his belly and scampers in for the score to pad the Wolfpack lead to 2 scores. Fourth quarter, O'Quinn dials one up deep to put the game away, but Logan Slakel picks it off, a nice grab to keep the Cats in it. But one of the last chances for Virginia High, this deep pass is going to be picked off. O'Quinn is going to reel it in with just 7 minutes to go in this game, and Ridgeview would end up putting it away with the shutout tonight. They stay perfect, 16-0 the final. Boone had one more task to go tonight before becoming Big 5 champs, and that was Westridge. The Wolves, led by John Dyer in his second year under the helm, and they were locked in from three-point land in this one. Will Harris is going to drill the tray to put Westridge up early in this one, but Boone would respond. Less than a minute to go in the first quarter. Blazers trailing. Jamar Livingston on the fast break right here. Check this out. Boom! Slam. But on the other end, time winding down, Westridge would get the last laugh here in the first quarter. Parker Lemming hits the buzzer beater Gets a nice little friendly bounce. There you go. And Westridge needed that one because guess what? They're your Big 5 champs. They win by a final of 63-62. And for the past 6 seasons, opening day has been the ETSU Buccaneers' best friend. Their last loss on opening day happening all the way back in 2016. Could the Bucs keep the streak going against the Toledo Rockets? Well, cold one for opening day. Dave Dirks, 40-degree weather to start this one. Top of the first, a rocket line drive. See what I did there? Toledo Rockets. Ashton King leaps up for the web gym grab. How about the bats? Basis juice, bottom of the second. ETSU down 1-0. Tommy Barth with the liner that just gets past the shortstop. That brings in 2 runs, 2-1 Bucks. To the bottom of the third, game knotted up at 2. Runner on third for ETSU. Toledo with the shift on. Bad idea. Cameron Sinceros hits away from the shift for an RBI single. The Bucks had on 12 more runs throughout the game. They snagged their 7th straight opening day victory by a final of 15-2. Now to some games just outside our top 5. Westridge hosting William Blount. Westridge up 21-17 as we start the third quarter, but Brett Cortez takes the read option, waltzes into the end zone, puts William Blount up. But here come the Wolfpack. Ensuing drive, first play, Ethan Amix gets the handoff and says, adios. 80 yards to the house, 4-6. And just like that, Westridge is going to retake the lead later in the quarter. How about more Westridge? Look at Batman doing some push-ups there. He had to do a lot tonight because Westridge, this time they're going to go through the air. Trey Frazier connects with Sawyer Tate for the score. Westridge gets a big win over the Governors, 49-38. Senior night in the Mountain Thicket at Gatlinburg-Pittman High School. Highlanders looking to cap off a undefeated regular season. It would be for the first time since 2006. It was a cold one, but Tyson Sutton was hot from the get-go. He throws one up deep to Elijah Spence, who connects for the opening score of the game, 7-0 Gatlinburg-Pittman. Later in the second quarter now, Braden Maples, the run game. He's going to break a few tackles, and then he's got some green grass in front of him. A nice little juke move right there, and he finds his way into the end zone. That makes this one 27-7. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The run game again. This time, Cecilio Rodriguez right into your living room. What you got to say, Cecilio?
How sweet it is.
A sweet night for Gatlinburg-Pittman, but maybe not so much for Tyler Williams right here. And that cold bath for Coach Tyler Williams caps off a 10-0 season as Gatlinburg-Pittman got the win over Chucky Doak Friday night, 52-7.
I think I still got some ice down my shirt right here. Told them after the game, hey, we're going to celebrate this weekend, and then we're back to 0-0 because the playoffs are here, and we're going to try to see how long we can stay in it.
All I know is that it's amazing. I mean, like I said, we worked really, really hard, and yeah, for the people that came before us and the people that came after us, that's going to be coming after us. We appreciate them all, and I hope they get to watch us, leave a little legacy behind.
And the good thing for Gatlinburg-Pittman, when you finish your season undefeated, you get to host the home playoff game, and as long as the Highlanders keep on winning throughout the playoffs, they'll keep on hosting until that final round. Reporting here in Gatlinburg, I'm Andrew McClung.